very strange. I cannot hear you. Rezwan, can you hear me?
Hey, hi Harish, I can hear you, man. How are you?
I'm good. I'm good. Finally, I can hear your voice.
Yeah, we finally made it. How's it going, Harish? I've seen a lot of you appearing on different video podcasts and review videos. So I hope great stuff for CrawlQ.
Yeah. It has been going on since a few months now, and where we started and where we are now is quite evolution itself, right?
I see. Yes.
I see your name and picture all the time, so I'm sure you're observing us from the day we started and where we are and what are the challenges we have. So I think it's a fantastic journey so far, and I think the year last year was 2021 was more like figuring out how to talk to artificial intelligence, and I think this year will be more like how to figure out how to take a human and put in front of artificial intelligence, and how to talk the human voice to artificial intelligence. So it's more like human AI this year, and a lot of effort will go this year into that direction. So I'm pretty excited with what we are building and what community is responding to, and I think this space is getting quite interesting. At the same time, of course, competitive, because there are many tools are getting launched. But I can still say with proud, CrawlQ stands out in terms of the way we set this tool up, and of course for us also it's great challenge to explain in easier terms, like how to use it and what to do with when you start using it. Several users experience also the same pain, but I think over the period of time we have simplified a lot of things, and I can say that it's evolving quite good. So I'll keep myself here, but maybe you can introduce yourself more, what you do, what you have done, and I have also another guest. I only see MG, but MG can tell me the detail.
It's me, Marcus. Do you hear me?
Yeah, now I can hear you, Marcus.
Hello.
You're same Marcus with a lot of tattoos when I see your picture, right?
One moment. No?
Right. It's real Marcus now. When I see the picture, it's a lot of tattoos that I see. You're in Germany, right?
It's me.
It's you, yes. Yeah, you can introduce yourself. Rezwan, you can go first, and then Marcus, and if someone more join, then we'll do that. But let's do
Sure
some
thing.
introduction.
I'll go first. So basically, I do have two things that I'm juggling at the moment. Right now, I'm in full time in e-commerce. I manage a couple of e-commerce brand here in Canada as my full-time gig, and on part-time, I'm sort of growing up my portfolio for conversion-oriented landing page and sales copies for coaches, consultants, and service providers. So basically, I help with designing the funnel, writing the sales copy, sales messaging, crafting up an irresistible offer for the clients. Usually, the people that I work with, they are sort of in the journey themselves, like they've either signed up to ClickFunnels or Kajabi or something like that, and they want to launch their course. However, they go through some sort of training themselves, and when they launch their funnel, they see that it's not converting as per expected. And then I come in as like a conversion consultant or strategist, and then I can see the sort of the problems and the pain points that these service providers and coaches they face. One of them, again, is what CrawlQ and what brought me to CrawlQ is the ability to narrow down into like different customer avatar. Because before, when I was working with these clients, the research method, a big part of the whole process was the research, where we used to go sit down and Google search out like YouTube comments and Facebook group comments and what you say, like Reddit and Quora, for all the comments that people actually talk about, like when there's a specific to identify specific pain points, for instance.
Right.
Like, for example, this is one client that I'm in the talks with right now. He's a photographer, and he just has a page or the pages which is quite generic, like, okay, here's my offer, package 1, package 2, package 3, you get this picture, that many pictures, that many videos, this and that. So there's no way of differentiating himself in the market, where he just like posts pictures on Facebook like 10 other people, and then they're like a call to action, like to book him for the wedding. So my challenge would be is to go out there and find research materials and like finding problems and pain points of what, like, let's say brides or grooms, when they're hiring a photographer, what were their past experience like? So people are saying that other photographers are non-responsive, or they're taking too long to give me back my pictures, things like that. So again, like before doing these sort of researches, it's quite time consuming. I'm sure, Harish, you understand that, like going into different forums, putting in those keywords, trying to extract as much information as possible, and then taking those data and crafting an end solution, like an end sales copy that addresses these pain points and positions this sort of customer as the solution to their problems.
Right.
So again, like yourself, I'm a big fan of Copywriting Secrets by Jim Edwards. I've used the funnel scripts and all these other copywriting tools. They help in certain aspects, but what drew me into the whole CrawlQ ecosystem is its ability to sort of input certain niche data in there, and then the sort of AI takes over and it extracts all these different data points and pain points of particular niches. Like for myself, I would say like a one-man agency band kind of position where I'm working with different clients. Oftentimes it used to be it gets overwhelming to sit down and then jump from one hat to another, where like, I'm working one with a photographer, and then I could be working with a credit repair coach. I could be working with a coach who wants to show people how to sell well on Amazon or through e-commerce, and then sitting down and doing market research. It's either do it yourself, or you hire out a VA and get like not the quality of data you can. Whereas with CrawlQ, that's my expectation of this tool, is to bring in all these data, and later on I can take this market research to the customer and add the value of my service. That look, you with your sales message, you are solving X problem, but in my research I found out that you have A, B, C, and D problems that this market is facing, but your messaging is just for, let's say, solving problem A. So B, C, D is, again, you're not tapping into those psychologies of the customer and stuff like that.
Yeah. That's exactly my expectation also from the tool, that people will understand that when you touch one market segment, and I call it Fred, your best friend, right? When you try to understand this person, and you go a bit deeper with emotional hooks, roadblocks, dreams, desires, when you try to come with different angles, right, you might also discover problems that you not have thought earlier. So you can validate your product idea, you can originate a new idea, or you can go into a level where earlier nobody thought about it. So this I also call it kind of a gold digging from the use of data. And the way it is possible inside CrawlQ is because you're not only telling artificial intelligence a simple keyword, but you are telling also who is your audience. So who I'm going to write my content for. And then you structurally write, like narrow it down in a very specific way. So we are really telling AI in a structured way, who is my target audience, what is my topic. And then it's also pulling information from Google and different sources and putting it in a structured way where you're creating semantic knowledge. Um, to use a less technical word, is like when you Google something, right, you get some relevant results, right? It's also based on the meaning, that Google can understand the meaning of what you're trying to search. Similarly, in CrawlQ, also create a semantic knowledge. And once you are done with this research, and you create content, it pulls actually the data from the semantic search. And that's why it becomes quite contextually relevant. Whatever you're writing, whatever research you have done, the article, blog, everything that you will write will be highly personalized and relevant to that avatar, that persona that you have created, right? So that's the goal. And no matter you log in 3 months back, you still get that same coherent and consistent result. No matter if you have three VAs working in your team and they are wearing different hats, they can work simultaneously on different problems because they don't need to switch mentally, because it's already Athena is trained on that. Athena knows that knowledge. They just need to go and follow certain set of instructions, and they will be creating still same quality of the content. They need not to reinvent the wheel. They don't need to recreate the problems and pain points. Before I jump into the tool, maybe good also ask Marcus how he see this problem, how he's using the tool, what pain points your target audience have, and how you are solving this at this moment.
Rezwan named it all. It's also my problem. It's not my main business. It's a bit of hobby for me, and I do design some landing pages for friends. They selling some digital products or some physical products, and I have the same problem um, to write a good copy. It's very time consuming to find the voice of customer.
Right.
The normal way is to go to Facebook in similar groups and read what they post, or looking for some LSI words, or looking for Google people ask also, but it's very difficult to find the right words and feelings, as you said.
Yeah.
And I hope that I can use Crawling to find it a bit more compact on one place.
Right.
I don't need copywriting tools, because I think AI copywriting tools, especially for Germany, they have not a good output. I have only one copywriting tool which is okay for blogs or for some to create mass content. This is Writer, but if you really like to have a good copy which sells, then AI tool can't do this.
Yeah.
In my opinion.
Right. No, I'm based in Netherlands, and I understand that in German, like even one word sentence can make a lot of difference, and you can easily spot this if this is really written by by internationalization, or German expert, or is just written by AI. So I understand your challenge. At the same time, what CrawlQ can help at this stage is to really dig into the target audience, understand their pain points, and then give you enough information to reformulate your copy. And that's will be in German, obviously, but you will touch the pain points that you really wanted to see, because ultimately, when I say target audience, right, I'm talking about the Fred. Fred has fears. He wants results. He has expectations. He has desire. He's a human being, right? This person is human. Whether this person lives in Netherlands, Germany, Canada, or US, each person is living, breathing. He has dreams, desires, emotions. Only language is changing, but the psychology of the person it's not changing. Obviously, the cultural environment is changing, and that will lead to some more deeper psychological impact. But on a high level, when we are putting this person in a particular problem and the solution, right? This person has some dreams, desires. Now, obviously, we always need to talk relative to that problem. So, Rezwan said about the problem of the photographer. Photographer in Germany targeting the newly uh, going to wedding photos, right? The person, those are going to in a wedding ceremony, they wanted to target this person. Or I was on a call on another day, and there was lady from USC said she wanted to target a Californian girl who was going to get newly married, and they're planning a dream sort of vacation before the marriage, right? Especially Californian girls, right? So similarly, there will be Berlin girls before going to marriage. What are their dreams, desires? And you need to really understand these Berlin girls what they need to do, right, in order to make your photography
Correct.
landing pages very accurate to their specific persona, right?
Yeah.
So that's where CrawlQ can help you to dig deeper into that specific persona, use all the information at that point from Google, from artificial intelligence, structure it in a way that you can repeat and rinse this. So just use this information time and again and scale it. With this, let me take you to a tour of one of the workspace, and then let's see how far we go into it, and how do you really understand it? Can you connect with what problem that you described in the beginning, and do you see that this is up to your expectation?
What do you think is the best result from the tool? Is it when you're searching for a service, or when you're searching only for a product, like if you're searching for radiators, it's not a sexy service or product, it's just a radiator. Do you think the results are not so good as if you search for a service like photographic or something like this?
No, the thing is, the way we designed this tool is keeping the audience in mind. So no matter it's not specific to the product, but it is specific to the audience. So if we are talking about radiator, then there are a specific set of audience who like that radiator in the house. If I am going to construct a new house, right, I'm going to look for floor heating, floor radiator. I'm not going to hang. You're calling the warming, warming, right? So if we are looking for a new house, new construction, then there is a newly married couple who are moving into new house looking for new construction, and they're looking floor radiators, floor heating radiators, right? So the description of, we are not going directly to the description of the product as such, but we are talking about the audience, who are our audience, and then what pain point they have, and then what solution this radiator will give them. So finding a kind of sweet spot between their pain point and problem and what you are offering as a solution, right? Solution can be a physical product, information product, hardware, software, consulting, assignment, anything, right? This is a solution, and the desire to have that solution is with the person that you're targeting. Most of the tools out there, including AI tools, they focus on a specific topic or keyword, because the idea there, they want to optimize it for search engine. Same thing you can also do when I try to combine these two ideas together, the topic radiator plus who want this radiator. So instead of topic, I start with who want this and then combine this idea, and I call this niche, and then I make it sub niche, very specific, another micro niche, and then vertical. So if you like niche down, you narrow down in the specific way, still the same target audience, but giving AI more specific information, like what actually we want, who are these people who are looking for radiator, what kind of radiator, what is their desire to have this specific radiator. So specific radiator, specific group of people combined together, I call it niche, boil it down or narrow it down to niche, sub niche, micro niche, and then use AI and Google data, combine it, then train Athena. Athena is like internal layer, or like a layer between the user and the artificial intelligence. So we are not sending every time a topic or single pain point, but relevant to what we are writing as a content. So when you say, write me Athena, ask me Athena, it will pull the information from the database. It's something like you manually go and search on Google. Instead, it will search inside your own personalized database, customized database, and then create the content. So that's a big difference. When you do the traditional research into your audience, either you will be doing surveys, you will be hiring expensive marketing agency to do this, or you will be going through several customer calls, or you are designing your own questionnaire. All of these take time. It suffers from information bias. What if you design a wrong question, for example? Here also, I think still there is a challenge, but the challenge is like narrow down in the problem solution, that you are trying to specific input, and it's not a keyword, but it's more than that, and I will show you what is more than that. Does that make sense?
Okay,
good. I'm sorry if I go a bit technical, you can stop me, because it's kind of my baby, and I sort of I get a lot of feedback that I'm very technical in that. So at any point of time, you can stop me and ask me in more simplified language. Let me share my screen. Yes,
that's absolutely fine, Harish. Just wondering, like on today's call, would you be sort of walking us through like an end-to-end process of using the CrawlQ AI for let's say one of the niches that me and Mark we discussed, or
I have
the end goal?
Yeah, I have several niches here, which I call marketplace, which you can copy at any point of time as well. So I'll pick up a niche which you both have interest, and then I will let you know how I constructed step by step. Does that make sense?
100%. That's great.
So I think you mentioned photography, but let's say
the thing is, it's well, what the challenge that I face, because I've been inside of CrawlQ to sort of work on this niche, and I mean, where I am in my head right now, basically I am working with the photographer to create this sort of the content for him. Basically his niche is to be brides who wants to book his package. He has different package, but he wants to sell his higher ticket package that includes everything, like photography, videography packages and everything. It's one of these high ticket items. So it's brides looking to book a photographer. So where I was struggling in my end was, whose perspective do I need to input my input text for? Like, do I input it from on the perspective of the photographer looking for clients to book in his package, or do I put in the input for brides who are looking for a photographer to sign up for the package?
Brides who are looking for, because bride is the target audience,
right?
Photographer is a service provider,
right?
And it's your client, so you need to put in yourself into the shoes of bride and think about what brides are looking for. and
Okay.
then you position your product or service. I don't mind if you're okay, we can also create it from scratch, and then it will take slightly longer time, but if you want we can also create it from scratch like that, if you have time.
I've got time. Marcus, are you okay with that, sir?
Yeah, I'm okay with it.
Okay. It's just take a little longer than I would expect it, but let's do it like in a real. Okay, so I'll create workspace like bright photographer. You want to call it more differently? We can just name, right? This is just a name.
That's fine. That's perfectly fine.
Right, and then we put some example. It's just to associate this workspace with a particular domain. So I put HTTPS bright photography.com for now. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Then the first thing that we are going to answer our first few questions that CrawlQ need, and this is the challenge. But if you just follow my steps and think, you help me think along with you, we can do it faster. So let's say, what's your name? Maybe you're doing research, so I'll put Rezwan. Niche. So you can always follow this example when I say craft and art students who are looking for a new career in digital technology. So let's say
newly engaged bride looking to hire photographer for their wedding.
Newly engaged brides looking to hire a specialist wedding photographer. Does that make sense?
Perfect. Yeah, that's a better way of putting it. Yeah.
Wedding photographer. Marcus, makes sense?
Yeah, makes sense.
And then I'm just trying to, from this stage, define your niche, sub niche. That means we're just telling it in a more specific way. So here it was 3D printing was the idea. So craft and art design students who desire to increase their creativity, and they are interested in more and more things. So we can be more specific about. So let's say newly engaged brides looking to capture perfect moments on the wedding day with a professional photographer.
Perfect. Yeah.
Professional photographer. It can be a little bit longer. I always want this tick to get green, because then I'm sort of within that band. It's not red, I'll still see it okay. But just notice some play of words that I'm trying to do here. Instead of saying specialist wedding photographer, I made more specific narrative, saying that wedding is the newly engaged bride, they're looking to capture the perfect moment on the wedding day. So it's very specific. On the wedding day, we are not looking at general photographer on the general day, but especially on the wedding day.
Correct.
And a professional photographer. So I switched the term from specialist wedding photographer to professional photographer to teach AI that is still we are talking about that is specialist photographer, and wedding is the thing. Now let's think more about in terms of what your client is struggling. And with this, we are trying to find a sweet spot between what this newly engaged bride desire and what your client, who is a professional photographer, can bring as a service. So let's say that brides who are looking for competitive photography packages, and just feel free to change it. I'm just throwing my initial idea. So brides, let's correct it. brides who are looking for competitive photographic, or let's say instead of competitive, affordable.
Affordable, yeah, I guess that's going to be the right word.
Right.
Everyone's looking for affordable.
Affordable photographer, right? Affordable photographer who has crafts, and I'm just using the words, but just it will make sense when I finish it. Was the craft and skills to make perfect pictures on the wedding day, with a step by step guide. So, for example, I'm not only looking for a specific specialist photographer who is just clicking picture, but if I'm bride, sorry, is going to help me to dress in a specific way, present me, guide me, and also a little bit more advisor. And maybe
correct, exactly.
You can reword it, but that's what I meant. And
in my research, I see that come up, like people are looking for someone who can guide them through the process, not just come in with equipments and just take pictures. Right. They have certain shots in their mind that they want to show the photographer, but they don't know how to recreate it. So the photographer also works as like a as a director who's going to direct them on position, placing, location, things like that.
So we can write those things. So now I'm getting more clear. So bride who are looking for affordable photographer who has the craft and skills to create specific shots, scenes, scenes, and a better how you call, like a story or cinematography, or how we would like to call it.
Create specific shots and scenes according to their directions. I mean, yeah, cinematic visuals, I guess that's the word.
Create shorts and scenes specific to location and
emotions.
Specific location, emotion, and attire, something like that. Yeah. And of course you can come back again, refine it, but that's what we want to teach AI. So look what I did. I started with very high level. I haven't used only keyword as a wedding photographer, specialist wedding photographer, but I given more context to AI. And this you can just do by talking to your friend who is a wedding photographer. You don't need to reinvent the wheel. You don't need to search in the keyword. Whenever Marcus, someone comes to you that I want landing page, you can just have a phone call and try to have a coffee with this person, ask more detail like what exactly you want, right? And just try to feed this information initially. There's a tool I already defined. Industry vertical was wedding photographer. I'll take a quick example. I'll take some specific name, which is hypothetical. It's a persona here. So I would say Michelle is, let's say, 26-year-old, 26-year-old, newly engaged to be bride. And just correct me for language, but at this stage I'm just trying to construct the story. She is looking for a specialist wedding photographer who can make the perfect pictures on her wedding day with a great story. Scenes, we're just kind of repeating the same information but in a more like a story, right? scenes.
Mhm.
And here we are trying to address her desire, basically. So photographer who can make perfect scenes on her wedding day with great story scenes and
I'm gonna send it to you via chat. I have
yeah,
a few of these researchers
something which
bullet point noted down.
Yeah, amazing pictures, how to work with a budget and great reviews. Yeah, that's just something I was trying to add into this story. So I'll add here with great story and scenes. She is looking online, or she's searching on, or let's say she desires to find a professional photographer online with great portfolio at low budget and great reviews. So let's take this, right? I think it makes sense.
Yep.
At this stage. We
Yep.
can see what how the research will evolve. Want to be able to show them of their friends, and yeah, this kind of desire I'm going to cover next. So let's say our website name is still https wedding here we are trying to see like what exactly is bridegrooms should be searching in Google to find this photographer.
Cheap wedding photographer, best wedding photographer, affordable wedding photographer near me, something like that.
Let's say best wedding photographer near me. Let's say she's searching for this, and then we put another term that she might be searching is let's say affordable wedding photographer. Just two more and then we are there. I know it's not that engaging to fill this information, but that's the pain point of CrawlQ to start. I'm trying to find out something which can engage right while writing this information. But believe me, this is some initial hurdle. Same like when London Metro started, a lot of people were waiting in the tunnel and they were frustrated when metro was taking long time, right? But then government thought, okay, we can do one thing, we can put more engine, more power, but that will cost us millions. But instead they put a signboard and then they put something like a countdown of waiting time. So people were looking, oh, 3 minutes, 1 minute, right? So I should bring something here exciting thing which say, okay, 1 more minute to get the magic.
I find this actually quite useful, to be honest, and I feel like this is a great exercise, because otherwise it will be completely relying on AI, and the output quality will not be as tailored to someone sitting there and filling it up. I can just, if it was something like I put in a keyword and it gives me a whole bunch of everything, then it does not solve the purpose. I feel like CrawlQ's purpose is to give me niche specific data and all these points. So I find this exercise very helpful to start the brain working and coming up with some ideas, and I'm curious to find out what it will give me at the next few stages.
Right. So I'm using some of your research, obviously. Single shocking statement for me was like, did you know that a professional photographer can not only capture perfect moments, but also emotions. Many people might not know it. They just think, okay, photographer is going to capture perfect moments, but also this person, if he's really a specialist, is going to capture those emotions as well. And those emotions are then useful when you're showing this album to your friends and family. So that's my emotional payoff from this. If they're just photos, okay, but they're coming with the perfect scene, perfect emotions. 10 years later, when I want to see this album, this bridegroom want to have tears in her eyes, like, okay, this was the her day, the best day. So the single big emotional payoff is cherish these moments and emotions lifelong with friends and family.
Harish, for point number 11, I feel like I have a couple of lines in my head. Tell me if they are valid for the shocking statement. It's the idea is, professional photographer versus non-professional. So it could be like, did you know that hiring a non-professional photographer, you're paying for the photographer to gain experience and risk the chance of ruining your best memories, whereas if you hire a professional photographer, you are assured to have great quality photos and the experience which lacks in a non-professional. I know it's too long and too wordy, but
like the goal here was something that people believe, but the truth is opposite of that. So many people might believe that, okay, if I mean, it's not secret anymore, right? If you hire unprofessional photographer, you're going to get unprofessional result. I was trying to capture something else, so I thought many people just think, okay, they are going to get perfect moments captured in the camera and that's it. But I was trying to bring a new angle that that they will also get emotions captured into this. But of course, this can be a different question or drawback.
Okay.
The goal was here to give something which everyone believe. Everyone believe, I think, okay, I'm going to get perfect album, perfect photos, but emotions, nobody think about the pain. This is going to capture emotions, and emotion only. I'm indirectly saying the same thing what you wanted to say, like with professional photographer, he will not only capture perfect moments but also emotions, right?
Yeah.
So, and of course we can change and see the idea. These are the
you have to marry again if you book a crap photographer.
Wow. Let's do that.
Yes, that's a good one.
Yes.
That's a good one.
Did you know that you will marry again if you hire an crappy photographer? That's really shocker, right? There can be many other factors to get to marry again, but this is a shocker. Maybe I fall short of one or two word, but doesn't matter. I'm close, and it's a different angle. Let's see what it comes up. So at this moment, it take our initial seed input, try to flesh or try to seed this input and create more data out of it. So let's see what comes up. We will be directed to market research, where based on our initial input, we are going to get more than 55 questions answered, which are critical questions. We can review them. We can generate new insights. We can dig more gold. And lastly, we are going to train Athena, and we are going to create a demo content. So I'm just setting the next agenda, what we are going to do, so you know that. So at this stage, let me tell you that initially we were asking many such inputs, like in all this section one by one, but now we have automated it to a large extent. So all the level kind of initial research is already done. These are on input, initially engaged bride looking for this. So this section, what we have done, we can generate insights. I will do it in a moment, but let's go quickly to other inputs. So website name, company name, role and title, you're sort of targeting. Like here, I think we need to correct some of the input because this is not what I was expecting. I was expecting like newly engaged bride. This is what we expect, newly engaged bride. And who do you think that this decision should be? It's bride's own decision, or it's their parents, or who will make the decision?
It could be it's mainly the newly engaged bride. Could be the groom, could be the parents as well. Like those are like the like second, third, but mainly the bride who makes these kind of decisions.
Right. I'll keep it same, like newly engaged bride here in both the places, because this was more like a B2C kind of thing. Your own role and title, your founder and photographer, CEO, that's okay. You're a professional photographer. We are targeting people in the age of 20, let's say 26 or 27. We are targeting female.
Can you put in a range also?
Yeah, you can put also a range, 27 to 35. Wedding photographer is occupation. Of course, the target audience are not married yet. Otherwise, it's already second.
The wrong photographer.
It is wrong photographer. Unmarried.
Yeah, unmarried. Yeah.
Yes, unmarried. Experience years, more than 10 years of like, no, I think it's just kind of mixing it. Maybe experience of newly engaged bride might be only 3 years with the photography, right? Or they might not have an experience of 0 years. Education level, they may be graduate at this stage. So graduates. This also shows me that we could have done more better job in adding some inputs earlier, because when it goes a little bit off, that means still we need to correct some of these. Sometime I get perfect output, which is like perfectly designed or done correctly. Let's save them. Then quickly review the second tab. So best wedding photographer near me, affordable wedding photographer, affordable wedding photography, best wedding photographers near me, again the reputation, wedding photography in Bangalore. We are not looking for a city in India, but let's say which city you were, Rezwan? Rezwan, which city should I type? Let's say, I think you're on mute, Rezwan. Let's say wedding photography in Berlin. Make sense? Is putting some.
I think he's working in Canada.
Yes, he's working in Canada. I wanted to know the city name. So which city name? Ontario, or we need to put some city name. Best wedding photography in. I don't remember all the cities from Canada. That's my. I'll put it like that. Then heading niche headline: top wedding photographers in the world. Affordable wedding photographer. Affordable wedding photographer near me. Let's see this. Psychographics.
Can I use in this section some people also ask looking for?
Yeah, you can also
phrases?
use. Yeah, you can also use that information. People also ask. You can go here, like you can go into this section, and you can change some of this. So when I say wedding photographer, then you will get a lot of information that is being asked already. So wedding photographer, Columbus, wedding photographer near me. You see all these questions. Can you negotiate with wedding photographer prices? How much wedding photographers make? Can you sue wedding photographer? Can you pay wedding? Can you sue wedding photographer? That's interesting one, right? People are people must have been screwed by the wedding photographer, right?
Was the wrong photographer?
Can't afford wedding photographer. Can wedding photographers work during lockdown? Can wedding photographers Photoshop? So these are the questions people are asking, and it's not only this, but you can explore this whole thing. And very interesting questions are here. What to tip wedding photographer? What cameras do wedding photographer use? What the average wedding photographer cost? What to tell your wedding photographer? So you can pull some of this information. But when we are going to train Athena,
would be cool if we can see here some figures. How much? How many searches of these phrases?
yeah, that will be something next that we can add. Or you can also use the same information from SEO tool and then use that information here, because you just wanted to make sure that this term is that you are optimizing for your website. Best wedding photographer, this is the term. This term you can also take from a SEO point of view and see what is being mostly searched. So in Germany, if you take that particular word, put it here, then all the Google data will be collected based on that information. Now, when we are talking about these insights are powerful because it's going to give us more information, like newly engaged bride looking for a specialist wedding photographer, what's the pain point, and we can refine our research still. And this is one time. We don't need to do it again and again. This is one time research when we set up this workspace. So it takes some time initially, but we don't need to recreate this. I think you mentioned to me that you were targeting sales VP or right? Those people who were looking to sales in one of your niche. That's what you mentioned last time to me.
Yeah, that's cyber risk insurance.
Cyber risk insurance. Yeah. So we can also create a workspace like cyber risk insurance, and then there in the main topic of interest, you can put the topic that you think an SEO point of view is good, right? So you can add that. Rezwan, do we still have you?
Yes. Sorry, I just had to quickly take an office call. I'm back now.
No worries. So at this stage, we reviewed some of the input, and then I'm also generating some insights, which can again help us to make this research good. There are two purposes of this insight. One is to help you to improve this, or you can keep it or add some of your ideas here. When you save it, this initial research along with the insights will be taken care by Athena. And when I train Athena is also going to pull a lot of Google data from the search intent. So Marcus asked me, can I put a keyword here which is also high search volume? I said, okay, we can look here, but right now I don't have the information on the volume. You can look outside in a SEO tool also and put that search term here, which you think you wanted to optimize best for. So we were optimizing here our article blog for best wedding photographer near me, but it's going to pull all the information that is related to search intent, and in the way like the search term like roadblocks, best wedding photographer, dreams, best wedding photographer near me, the desires or suspicion, all the related data is going to pull. This you would have been doing manually. You will go to Google and say mistakes of best wedding photographer, or suspicions of best wedding photographer. And in that process, I think this will pull also this question that we saw from Marcus: can we sue the photographer? So this was also people are asking. So let's take the next step. Okay, I think are we missing something here? We have everything is here. So all this information is there, and I was generating insights. So the goal of insights was to create more specific information. So let's say micro niche, the white wedding photographer editing the process of this series was a wonderful journey. I got to rethink my work and gain valuable feedback from my clients. Here, a professional camera person specialized in wedding, engagement, photo sessions. The entire market is about brides who are looking for a affordable photographer who has the craft and skills to create specific short scenes, specific to location, emotion, and attire. Somehow it's kind of taking our input, restructuring them. Also, it has an ideal prospect, story, concept, or idea. Trying to find the best photographer in your area is not hard, like finding a needle in a haystack. Interesting. If you're searching for affordable photographers, be you can be searching forever, or you can search forever, entangles with the too many wedding photographers with tons of unimpressive photos. To solve this problem, the purpose of this website is to save your valuable time greatly. It offers various recommendations and saves money by letting you decide which best wedding photographer around your area without hesitation or embarrassment. You can easily see on their photographer's portfolio and decide if they are really as good as claimed before committing to working with us. Now you can, of course, take this information, modify this, but you see it's going into detail, right? Based on our information that we have provided.
Right.
And what intrigued me is that it's talking about that near me, like the wedding photographer near me, the pain point solution is specific to that the keyword that we are trying to optimize, the topic that we are talking about, because we are talking about bridegrooms looking photographer near them, right? And then when you look near them, what specific things you should keep in mind. So that's what is interesting. Of course, we can create more insights here, but we know in this section on the semantics, we can generate more. You can rework on them. Some of them you can add best search terms that you think are really good for your research, right? So here again, those insights and the information that we have is going to help us to teach Athena more specific context. Here again, I can read all of them, but you can see that this is very specific to our topics that we are talking about. Niche free headline: wedding photographers are skilled portrait photographers, photograph people on their wedding day, capturing the most memorable moments of the day. Benefit of this product is save your wedding day forever. Save your wedding day forever. This can be our website landing page headline: save your wedding day forever, right? It's giving us good headlines. The following: how to look amazing in your wedding album. You need a natural light photographer with experience. So this important angle, I think. You need a natural light photographer with experience, who has the experience to work with different shades of the light, natural lights. That's what it says, natural light. Niche headline, sub headline. I can spend a lot of time, but you see it's really
correct.
An idea and expanding on that. Similarly, here we went into a little bit detail. So shocking statement was, did you know that you will marry again if you hire a crappy photographer? Cherish these moments and emotion lifelong with friends and family. Desire was to be the best I can be when I meet my new partner. This is a desire to be the best I can be when I meet my new partner. The decision maker who gets things done, she want to become that person. Problem: subject is having a terrible time finding a decent photographer. Subject means the bride, to be married bride, the newly engaged bride. Problem: agitation is you will have a dramatic wedding photo shoots followed by shocking revelations. Solution: we have a terrible time remembering our wedding images because we are busy trying to look good in them. That's also is showing me like how it like problem solution statements. Question: are you planning to hire a crappy photographer or not? Result: so this can be also my curiosity hook on my landing page. Are you planning to hire a crappy photographer? Wait. Are you planning to hire a crappy photographer? Result: you will have a lifelong of amazing images to share with friends and family. Roadblock: decide to do it yourself or get no help. Look at the photos and say, I could have done better. These statements are coming because we used a very specific sentence, like shocking sentence. So it's trying to create some more like hooks like this. The pain of missing out on our children's childhood. I don't know why this pain is connected with the photography. The pain of missing out on our children's childhood. Love, magic, dreamlike, negatives are unexpected, shocking, sad. You see, it's like going into detail, mistake, hiring a wrong photographer, features, all the features of wedding photographer, plus they all can be used as a portrait photographer too. Benefit, save your wedding day forever. So if I hire a photographer, I also want that the person create some photographs which I can use also as a portrait photograph. This is also kind of a new angle that I got here. So based on this, we can also generate more insights, and these insights are revolving around these ideas. This is going to help AI to teach more specific way what should be written, what should be we writing when we write the content. And after this, we'll directly jump to create a piece of content, and then we'll expand it and see if it meet our expectation. But again, this initial research is important because the choice of words we make, the information we put here is going to sort of determine the outcome. So we need to really be careful here with the tone and voice, and that's why it takes some time to set it up. But just purely giving you a challenge, as Rezwan said, right, to work on it and to really go deep down and narrow down the problem. So we have done the niche research. Now I'm putting optional as a search intent. Our topic was best wedding photographer near me, and I'm pulling from Google a lot of information, as I said before, in terms of dreams, desires, roadblocks, suspicion, using that main topic. So this is kind of thing that is automated in the research, because otherwise you will be doing manually. I could also add URL here, but this again, we can make it as specific as possible, but let's use this two set of information. Train Athena. Again, what I'm doing here is we are restructuring all our information in a database, semantic database, which really understand the meaning, and also generate some more information based on what it get all the ideas from Google. So when I said Google, we are not crawling websites and their pages. We're just taking the metadata, meta description that Google page will be showing. So just the ideas, not like crawling the information, because we don't want to create other people's content. We just wanted to collect as much as research point. Like if I do it manually, I will also take a pen and paper, go to Google, write down these queries: best wedding photographer roadblock, best wedding photographer suspicion. This thing we have automated here. So it's pulling all this data around this, and you will not go to individual pages, but you will look the first 10 result. You will read some titles and you will note down some mistakes. It will already list you first ways, all the mistakes or problems, right?
How important is the location here? Because we're looking for photographer in Ontario. Do we have to choose here Canada?
Yeah, we can do that.
For better results?
Yeah, I forgot that. We can do that, definitely. So let's choose the country. Oh, Canada, yes. And then we just power it up again. Whenever we retrain, it's just replacing the old memory of it from scratch and then rebuilding the result. We already have niche, everything set up. Our research is done. At this moment, we are pulling the necessary results from Google and combine it as a combo of Google data and our own research, which we seeded, and also those AI generated insights. Research, our own research, insights, Google data come together, become a layer between the user and the content creation. So hope this explained. And then we can create some initial outline in the blog, and then we can expand it. So main topic of interest is, again, I'm trying to say, we can use here different. It's not necessarily the same topic has to be there, because you create every time content on the same niche, but using different topic. Best light photographer, or best wedding photographer for portraits, or can I sue photographer? You can also write here like that. But this is sort of connecting our research with that. So we still need to be here in the same, we cannot write here photographer who create passport or visa photos, right? We still need to in the same context. So best wedding photographer near me. Initial content idea, top 10 tips to get best, top 10 tips to search wedding photo. So we are asking artificial intelligence to give us top 10 tips to search wedding photographer. That's what the context, that's what website we are working on. We are creating a blog post which will put on this website, like what are the things, tips, recommendations, considerations you should do when you're searching for the photographer. Helps newly engaged brides to find affordable and professional photographer within their budget. Was a photographer, and here I switch this one. Okay, again, country is always specific. So
there's a little typo in the first line.
I'll correct it. So Canada.
Photographer, no, in the first line. Main topic.
Yeah, photographer, yes. Right. Best wedding photographer near me. Top 10 tips to search wedding photographer. This helps newly engaged bride to find affordable and professional photographer within their budget. Country is set to Canada. Okay, top 10 tips. Newly engaged brides are often overwhelmed with the amount of planning that goes into their wedding day. Perfect. One of the first steps is to find a professional wedding photographer. Wedding photography is an important investment, and it is crucial to find the right photographer that suits your needs and budget. Do your research. Second step. These are steps or introduction. It can be 6. It finished here, but we can expand it to 6. Don't worry at this stage. So do your research, set a budget, ask for referral, meet with the potential photographer, look at the portfolios. This is going in the right direction in my opinion. And now we can generate these captivating captions, headline intros. I'll explain them what they are. These are different tools to expand this, what we have got. Without too much reading into it, I can already work on this. So captions could be a list, best wedding photographer near you, 1,000 followers on social media, capture the moment in the memorable photos. No better ways to capture your formal moments. So this can be one of our sub headlines or introductions, or we can create more of such. These are more like catchy hooks and title, which I can place in front of each of these introductions. You can create them more. You can change the topic also from here. Can I sue the wedding photographer? And then it will generate on that. Top best wedding photographer near me, best wedding photographer in Bronx. So it's not SEO idea, but still it is the idea that it take your topic and create hooks, and these hooks you can use throughout your content. Then I have this introduction, or each of this paragraph I can create an introduction, and it's highly relevant to what we have done the research. 10 tips to search wedding photographer. This article is for newly engaged bride looking to hire a specialist wedding photographer. The newly engaged bride looking to capture perfect moment on the wedding day with a professional photographer and brides. So I can just take this and create my first introduction. And that's how I will piece step by step my article. I can take this information and start working here. And I will show you some more tools how to keep expanding on that. So if suppose these are my next 4 bullets, I can create more. But then I need to just I either say, okay, if this is instruction, then I will just select this um, and ask Athena. So what is the difference? Write me Athena. Write me Athena is going to expand the text. So if it is a sentence, is going to write further. Ask me Athena is going to take an instruction and write based on that instruction. So at this stage, I will say, ask me Athena, 10 most common wedding day disasters and how to prevent them. Let's see what it comes up with this idea. And I can create different social media posts. It's not necessary I'm only creating blog post. I can create different posts, right? So 10 most common wedding day disaster. So arriving late, forget forgotten items, poor communication, mishandled equipment, bad weather, unhappy guest, terrible photography, lack of preparation. This can also go in our article, right? When we are creating a wedding photography website, you can target one article which says what common wedding day mistakes, and then when people come on this website, they are not only getting photographer but also important lessons, research, and they will stay on this website. This website can become authority website. Even it says drunkenness and disorderliness, emotional meltdowns. These are the 10 common.
It happens.
Right. So, and I can expand now them, each one of them. So I can create a ebook or book. So I keep expanding on them.
Correct.
Creating a memorable wedding moment by using props in your photos, wedding photos and amps, video ideas. The wedding videos trends you should definitely avoid. Let's see what comes out of it. Ask me Athena. So you can see that the information that we are asking and what result we are getting are very specific to our research. Avoid using too much special effects in your wedding videos. These are the trends that are coming now. Avoid. So that was light natural photograph. Maybe this the reason it picks up. Maybe this. I'm trying to just make connections here, but you will see you will be able to make connection because it's like interrelated, meaningfully. Avoid having a long, drawn out video that captures every moment of your wedding day. People prefer short videos and connected together. Avoid using cheesy music in your wedding videos. That's also is one of the things. And of course,
Nice.
it will depend on the culture and it will depend on where you are operating from. But these are the trends it's trying to put together. This is the first draft. We can research it. We can write me Athena, ask me Athena. You can even write like here how to research how to research about a photographer. Let's do that. So when you write article, book, newspaper, or any social media post, while you write, either there is a writer's block or some creative juice are flowing. So when you have writer's block, what does it mean? Like you don't know what to write, then you can use ask me Athena, write me Athena. It will help you to expand on that. That writer's block will be gone. Now you will also have some creative juice, like okay, creativity is coming now. I want to do this, that. You can just write it and then again ask, write me Athena or ask me Athena. As I said, write me Athena is more like expansion of the text. Ask me Athena is like you're really giving it instruction and trying to find out what based on that instruction what it will create an output. So how to research a photographer? The best way to research a photographer is to look at their portfolio. Make sense?
Yeah. While we're on this, Harish, once you finish, can I just quickly request, because we are short of time as well. I saw there are modes and like templates for writing sales letter, and there was a particular one that's Pastor. I'm quite familiar with that. It was a framework by Ray Edwards. Yeah. So I had a couple of attempts to for Athena to bring out like sales letters, but I wasn't getting the sort of like the export or the output as I would wanted it to see. It was bringing in all kinds of information left, right, and center. Once you're done with this walkthrough, can you quickly show us like how to take whatever we've inputted and then create like a landing page sales letter or long form sales letter with these data?
Right. What I want to say or manage expectation here, because the sales letter, they need more in-depth information about let's say case studies or actual client testimonial. So
right.
with this level of information, when I try to generate, it creates like it do the best effort, but still it is not that structured.
Right.
So that's why we have divided this research into level 1, level 2. Once you create some blog, when you go next, you can do more research, because the sales letter, they need more authentic information about the client.
Yes.
Right. Yeah. Your testimonials, case studies. If you wanted to create out of the thin air some sales letter, then it's not going to reflect your packages, pricing. That's why the research is a bit extended. And we have built the foundation. We have built here the foundation. We can always go back and expand that on that foundation. Your market research is here. Let me get rid of this. So you have your market research. You can again refer back. You can pick up all the elements from here. And as you expand on your market research, it will become more and more better. Insights that we have saved and generated, those insights also you can again read back, pull it into your text. Here is the interesting one, because all these are ranking 1, like these are coming from Canada, mangostudio.com, geeknote.com. I don't know about harperbazaar.com. These are all the results that are coming from the country that we chose. And if you expand one of these, this is how you're going to consume the competitor content. So you can just turn this content into questions, and then I'm going to answer those questions, and those answer of those questions will be very, very specific to the research that we have done, and not borrowing from our competitors' content. So I just use, this is where you are going to consume competitor content. You just expand on them, convert this into question. You can also even edit those questions to match what you are trying to achieve here, and you just answer those questions based on the information that we have in our research. What is the name of wedding photographer that you must trust in? But then if it's an open-ended question, it will be short. If it's a long form, then it will be long answer. What are some of the things that you can hear, smell, and taste, or even see at first? So newly engaged brides, see, it's like look in our research, right? We are using this. Newly engaged brides look to hire a specialist wedding photographer should consider the following. What is your budget for the photography services? What style of photography do you prefer? Traditional, photojournalistic, creative? Do you have any specific shots or pose in mind? How important are the photographs to you and your spouse? What are the timelines for your wedding, and are there any must-have shots that you would like to capture on them? Like, this is perfect requirement that a photographer can put on their landing or their request forms, right? And once request is received, you can create a really nice like outcome, or at least you know what to do with that, right? And here again, as you have noticed, I can again ask Athena and expand on this. So there are different ways. You can even go a bit here, detail, try to capture what your competitors are trying to do, and try to cover as much as angle as possible. Now, as you have seen, there is a shortcut to just create outline, write me Athena, and expand on this, but you can go a bit more deeper. As you run out of the ideas, you can go to competitors. It's not necessary that you should perform all these steps when you create your first blog. You can create outline. Next time when you go, you wanted to take more deeper perspectives. So you can do it in an iterative way. It's not necessary that you have to do everything at once, right?
I mean, it's a great foundation actually, like, and I'm very impressed how much we've covered within, I don't know, like maybe we're just working on it for the last 35 minutes, like purely focused on this. And 35 minutes is nothing compared to like the level of details and depth it gave us. Like someone in my position, and also like some, I think in Marcus's position, where you're working with different clients, if you just sit down, spend maybe an hour or two trying to get an overall gist of the market, like, you know, because we're working with new clients, as presumably with different niches and different problems they solve. So it's really helpful to get all these focused data in one point.
Yeah.
Very often the client has no clue what your tool is digging out of the internet. It's amazing.
Yeah.
I have seen some new icons, which I have to try.
Right.
On the answer of some questions, if you click here in the market view or questions or something, and the results, these are AI generated, or
this is AI generated result based
so
on the research.
there's no copywriting problem or something like this?
No, because this is the question was generated from the competitor content. So it's like a concept or idea. And once you answer this, then it's all AI generated question answer based on the data that we have trained so far in the Athena from the concepts and ideas. Because as I said, this is the only place where you are crawling the competitor content. But when I answer this, when I press this pencil button, you can read, nothing is taken from here. It was completely different idea. I can read for you, but it's not really related to what the answer was. So we only use this to consume the concept, to create a concept out of it. So it's not going to be, you can maybe, I don't have here a tool, but you can go to Grammarly and you can check how much is content is played. There is a score in Grammarly. And the idea is that paragraph to paragraph should not come. I mean, there are idioms and phrases which always will look same, right? But the structure, idea, and whole paragraph is unique, and that's why kept all the content is unique, because it is steered through our own input, human input in the beginning. So everything that we are creating is either synthesized or unique. It's not copying from anywhere else. But if you would have just put one single keyword, then it forces AI to bring a lot of text on which it is trained, right? And then in that it can have some paragraph which is already from somewhere on the internet. Here we are supplying it a lot of information, which is like limiting AI to go in more generic way. We're limiting the probability of AI to go random. That's the main difference between other tools and this, because these machine learning or artificial intelligence, they're probability based method. So if I say dog training, or if I say Labradoodle dog, special breed, and or German Shepherd, 5 year, and then it's training, it will limit the randomness of where it can search. It can go very specific, and when it go very specific, unique, then the chances that it will copy from other people's content is less, because the models are also generalized enough. So if we put general input, we can get maybe too much random or output which are copied from somewhere else. But if we tell it a specific instruction, then I don't think this kind of trends, or you can find exactly on the internet as it is. If I copy paste on Google, you won't find it as it is. It's just synthesized from AI. Like if it is copying, it would have given me also this, like book your venue, set your budget, interview your favorites, but it's not. It's giving in some information, but in a different way, right? Okay. Anything else, gentlemen? I can answer both of your questions.
I'm fine.
Well, I guess the first question for me would be like, is it possible to get this research or get this part inside of my CrawlQ marketplace?
Yes.
Are you going to be saving it?
Yeah, it will be saved, and you can of course get it. Generally, when I was doing it previously, it was all available, but now we have created a marketplace. So that means you can just purchase it from the marketplace
Awesome.
like that, or it should be available in your account under this get tab. You can go there and just purchase it.
Awesome.
Yeah. Anything and any more I'll maybe share this recording with the group also, making it a bit shorter and editing it. And if you have any follow-up question, please let me know. And you can be advocate or also fan and tell other people also how awesome their research can be if they put some time here, and don't get overwhelmed and feel like how right.
Oh, for sure. Like I in my personal experience with this, Harish, initially it does create a little bit of overwhelm with all different tabs and all different to-dos. But this session with you, I'm pretty sure is very helpful, and I've been following all your previous sessions to sort of understand the use case. I don't know, like maybe if we have like a weekly schedule where we sort of schedule not maybe something which is too time intensive on your part, but one could be like where we walk through the first phase of okay, what we just did today, and then the other phase will be like, you know, crafting market specific either sales pages, video sales letters, or blog content ready to post. And then those blog posts, maybe you can have it in the marketplace for someone. Like those sessions, you could have it as like paid sessions, like someone will actually need to purchase your market research to be able to access those data, because we really appreciate your time, and this is like extremely generous what you're doing for like me with just two of us here. But then I'm sure down the line, many users will understand the benefit of CrawlQ and not just treat it as an AI writing tool.
Yeah, definitely. So that will be my goal. I try to cover 3 webinars in the week. In the first webinar, I try to create research. In next webinar, I try to create more content. In third webinar, I try to recreate. So I try to do that every week. And of course, I will arrange some paid session as well, where you can come with a specific problem and we can discuss specific. You can book a call directly with me like this here. So it will be a paid session, and I can work on your specific goal together with you in a same setting and call. So you can get from here. Also, currently we are running an upgrade offer. So if you are on first code or second code from AppSumo, then it's good in the interest. You can upgrade this, because what will happen, we are bringing a lot of functionalities here, and all the early adopters, we don't want to miss them out when we add more functionalities. And we add more functionalities, this means we also need to bring this as an add-on, right? And that time you will have two options, either to switch to a plan or now upgrade, so that you don't switch to a monthly plan, right? So I will recommend for many lifetime deal customers to get the future benefit, or also the current benefit when you're working with a client. Even if you have only one niche, you still wanted to segment that data in your CRM and wanted to create different content or different type of segment within the same niche, right? So it's highly recommended to upgrade them, because we are also bringing some automated blog post. I showed you only in the first place outline. Now we are also trying to automate the full template, so full blog template, and that's going to cost more credit, because then I'm going to do more number of write me Athena, ask me Athena, write me Athena, ask me Athena, right? So that way the credit will deplete faster. So this is my recommendation to upgrade. So upgrade offer is also available. Once this is another plan, but once you're signed in via your lifetime deal, you also find a button to upgrade to the higher plans and with more credits. Then we have marketplace. We're also coming with the certified CrawlQ consultant
Awesome.
badge. So if you learn this, you can put this badge on your website, on
Awesome.
your LinkedIn or any place, and then you can be hired for other people who are looking for the same services. Or you can tell your prospective client that I'm using market research tool and I have the knowledge about this tool, and that's what I'm going to give you differentiated service based on my understanding of this tool. So it can get you in a competitive advantage from similar consultants out there. Okay, anything else I can help?
I guess you summed it up for me.
Okay, so thank you for both of your time, and I'll share this recording with the rest of the group, and feel free to join in any one of these calls. I will take another session maybe with you, Marcus, and we will create something in German. You will help me to input in German, and we'll create something in German, and then we'll see does it match to your expectation, because for European languages we are using DeepL as an API, and DeepL gave us more better result than any type of translation. So if you are into your account, what you need to do is, like, before you select the workspace, but you go and then choose this DeepL engine and then save it, and also the language. So you need to choose first language. Once you are on the screen, you choose DeepL as your engine. And once you save it, everything will then turn into the backend creation will happen with the DeepL. So what you see as an output or here, you might not be impressed because I'm using some lighter version of Google Translate to do this. But when the actual language part is created in the backend and shown you as a blog or research or insight, it's using DeepL. So you will get, like, front end, you will say, okay, not that great in terms of translation, but the actual translation text that it create use this API, which is kind of the standard currently for the European languages.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you again, and
Harish, thank you so much for your time, sir. Really appreciate this.
Yes.
Thank you.
Enjoy the rest of your evening or day. Bye bye. Take care. Bye.
You take care, sir. Take care now. Bye bye.
Thanks. Bye bye.